Sure, like when you come, it brightens up this group.
Oh.
Like in a big way. In a big way.
Well, thank
right?
you.
That's nothing against you guys. Good day today, you guys. Really, I mean, tell you, got a lot of confidence because you work really hard. We had so many things we had to correct early. And our guys are just, that was the best Tuesday practice we had. Last week we had the best Tuesday practice we had. They just got a maturity about him, a workman's attitude, and they're very, very focused. So really, really pleased today.
Anyone looked at this schedule before the season wouldn't ever guess that it would be this much on the line for a matchup with Utah. But
yeah, that's why none of that stuff matters. I mean, thank goodness. It's just like anything. You can't. The great thing about this game is you get to play it. It doesn't really matter what everybody's in there because everybody's got to have an opinion because you got to fill all that space up on radio and TV and all that. So, but I think it's one. Coach Kyle's had an unbelievable season. He's a great football coach. It just goes to show you. A lot of people grumbling there, and they look at what they're doing now. He's one of the best coaches around. Obviously, I'm partial to him because he's a defensive guy. There's not very many of us around anymore. So I really like the way I got a lot of respect for them and how they play. And I'll be real honest with you, they were one of the most physical games we played in last year. And got out there, very fortunate to get out there to win. So I like both these teams. Both these teams, I think, are very similar to each other. Want to play a physical style of football, want to run the football, want to stop the run, want to play defense, want to attack on defense. So it's very similar. And they, big thing with them too is their special teams. They got tremendous special teams, and I really think we're coming into our own and really playing the best we've played on special teams. So that's going to be a big factor in as well.
Todd, have you had a defense improve as much in season as we've seen this defense improve?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Have you had a defense improve in season as much as this defense seems to have improved?
I think we improve every year. I don't know. I'm really proud of these guys. I mean, but I'm not surprised. I don't think it was as much. It was kind of us kind of figuring it out. And one of the things too that you have to realize is that every year you'll know that's what the mark of a championship team does every year. They get better and better and better and better. Other than the last, how we ended the season last year, we've done that here for 3 years. And so you're in year 3. This should be your best year. You should be improving like that. And they're a joy to coach because of that. And I love that. So, yeah, I think they have. I mean, I think they've improved as much as anybody. But I think a lot of it, too, is me kind of figuring out some things and us figuring out some things in the kicking game and just figuring out, really there's been some things like that. But the main thing is we do a lot schematically. So early on, if you got young guys, you got a lot of mistakes. But if you just don't, a lot of people will just say, okay, we're just going to simplify everything. You can't do that because now, we've got quite a bit that we can run and we can execute it, and so I think that's the deal. But our kids deserve the credit. They've worked extremely hard. They've never flinched one time, believing in what we're doing. I know they were overwhelmed early. They were overwhelmed with the volume of the stuff that we're doing, and I'm really proud of them. I think they've improved more than probably any bunch we've had here.
Was that tough given your typical ideology of being so attack-oriented, going to a heavier defensive front and maybe not doing some of those things as much?
We actually are blitzing more than we did before, and I think that was some of the things is that, it was we were making a lot of errors, and so I kind of backed off a little bit, and then finally Coach Patterson, I said, look, let's do what we do. Let's get the guys, let's adjust what we're doing or how we're attacking to our players, and we have adjusted that. In some ways dramatically with our front to be able to allow a bigger guy to be successful, and so I think that's the big thing. But that's what we do. That's what guys want to attack. Our guys want to attack. That's why they were recruited here. And you're back up there. I think we're 7th in the country in TFLs. And that's where we want to be. So we're really starting to come around. And obviously, we haven't done anything yet. We've got 5 conference games left, 4 regular and the December 5th, and got to win every one of them. So there's not much margin for error. But I'm really proud of the guys, and I like our chances because we're continuing to get a little bit better every day. A lot of confidence in these guys.
Does the game day preparation change at all with such a late kickoff time for Utah?
No, I got to sit around all day. That's about it.
It's going to feel good to have some better weather, though, for this game.
Oh, man, I love the weather here. I got my sweat deal on today, man. I'm sweating today. Probably be down about 189 after practice. And no, I mean, it's nice, you know. So, you know, rest of the way, we got one trip, and the rest of it ought to be, you know, weather we're accustomed to. But either way, it doesn't matter. I kind of like the fact, I mean, if you said, man, what that weather conditions, everything that happened in that game, everything was perfect. Because when you prevail and you face that kind of adversity, it does something. I can even tell that it just helps you mature when you go through that kind of adversity. So, really, really proud of our guys.
You haven't had any offensive line injuries at all, really, in your first 3 years. Does putting a new guy in there, does that change anything up?
Really proud of Stephon. I actually challenged him before the game. I said, you know, I hope you're ready. And I don't know if you are. And he came in and answered the call. Really, really proud of him and did a tremendous job. And be real honest with you, I mean, we ain't fallen off a bit. I mean, he's a physical guy, does a great job. Obviously, Kristen's a great player, you know, and you can see, I mean, Christian will be back as soon as he can. I think it's probably doubtful for this week, but I expect him back the next week. So, but I'm really proud of Stephon because, you know, I challenged him. I mean, you know, in front of the whole team. And, man, I love that when guys answer the call like that. So I'm really proud of him. Got a lot of he's a very smart guy, too. Got a lot of confidence in Stephon.
Is this a team that deserves to be in the conversation for the playoffs?
You know, I'm not worried about all that stuff. You know, our deal is, our focus is go win the next 5 conference games, and then you don't have to worry about it. You know, you should be in good shape.
You say it's great about talking to your guys, though, when they don't give you that cliche of taking it 1 week at a time. They talk about, yeah, we're going to win a Pac-12 championship. Yeah, we're going to go on and win.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. That's what everybody says. I really don't. But that's not how everybody thinks. You know, I mean, obviously you got to focus on the game at hand, and obviously I know our guys are because you know, this is 6-1 versus 6-1, and the winner of this game is in the driver's seat in the South. So, but yeah, we have unfinished business. You know, that was devastating to lose that last year in the championship game. And so these guys have dedicated our entire offseason, everything, to winning the Pac-12 championship. So I think it's important that you have a destination. You know where you want to go, but obviously you got to understand you got to, you know, focus on the one right in front of you. But that's just the honest answer. That's what the kids are telling you what I tell them, and that's what we do. We focus on. I think you got to focus on, you know, what the end is, where you're trying to end up. And so, you know, I think these guys have been pretty good at footnote. They know how important each game is, and they know every game in the Pac-12 is coming down the last series. That's just the way it is.
Was it nice having Will Sutton out here today?
Yeah, it was great to see Will. You know, matter of fact, he walked up beside me. I didn't even. I said, "Who's this guy?" You know, and no, I was very proud of him. He came up, hugged my neck, and you know, I told him, I said, "You'll be the runt up there when you go to the NFL." And he said, "Yeah, Coach. Oh, they give me a hard time about it, but really, really proud of him." And man, he's a great Sun Devil, and love you. He came out here today and just you know, talking to the players, sharing with them, telling them, man, hey, listen to Coach. You know what he's telling you is the right things, and just really appreciate him, man. And if he hangs around Saturday, I'd love to suit him up. But I'm not going to. That's against the rules.